Welcome to the Coal Collective for Valley of the Tears from La Aldea de San Nicolas. Okay, so I'm not going to beat around the bush today. We've got an absolute beast lined up. As the name suggests, Valley of the Tears doesn't leave a lot to the imagination. Starting off at almost sea level, climbing our way up to just over 1,300 meters, which over 24 kilometers doesn't sound too terrible, but that's where the uninformed can get eaten up, chewed up and spat out. Approaching mid-distance, got about 13k to go. And there's no real signs on the road telling you how far you got to go. The only landmarks that we got are the pressers, the reservoirs. Climbed our way up the face of two of them with gradients up to 20 to 21%. Once we're over that second one, we're on this little midsection now before we're going to get into the second half of the climb. And that's technically where the Valley of the Tears really starts. You can see just how remote it is out here as well. So it's very important to stay hydrated. Fill your bottles at the start point where we were today, or if you're mid-ride, it's pretty much your last stop. It's a cruel, cruel road, because you've got the water down there, which is kind of offering a bit of hydration, but to be honest, it feels like all the moisture's been absorbed and ripped out of my body on this section. We're at 30, 34 degrees, back end of March. There's no respite. Hey. We're at 500 meters elevation, which means we've still got over 800 meters to climb. And it feels like we're clambering our way up the bare rock face, free solo style. The road condition is pretty awful as well. Feels soupy and slow. I'm glad that I'm in my gravel setup today with 40mm tyres. Got the pressures a bit softer. Gearing, 33 at the front. Opted for a 36 on the back, so when the gradient does go above 20%, I reckon I'm just about covered. That's just ridiculous. We've got 7 Ks to go. I seem to be getting rather strange flashbacks from the first time I rode this climb. Many moons ago now, it's got to be over 20 years ago. I was on the island, had one of those paper maps. It was all sweaty in my back pocket, ripped to pieces. On that occasion, I was doing a big ride, chasing daylight, nothing new there. I saw a little road. I thought to myself, sneaky little shortcut. So naturally I took it, and this is where I ended up. I got to this section, I really was questioning my sanity. I'd gone too far to turn round, would have definitely got back in the dark. I just found myself in the middle of nowhere. The impetulance of youth, some kids never learn. 20 years down the line, feel like I'm in the same suit. There are 3.4k to go, a momentary easing in the gradient down to about 6%, letting us catch our breath, ask a few questions. First question is, why this road? It was little more than a goat track the first time I rode it, a couple of decades ago, and it's still little more than a goat track. Beautifully peaceful, but an utter beast. Absolutely, without a doubt, one of the toughest roads on the island, if not the toughest, when you couple it up with a big ride. As you can see, we're right out in the open, 1200 meters elevation, so not too much higher to climb, no shelter. Honestly, feel super dehydrated. Looking forward to getting to the top. makes the Vot so tough. Well, you've almost certainly got a relentless ride, big one as well, no matter where you start from. As you can see, you're under the baking sun for most of it, still 33 degrees. We're at 5 o'clock in the afternoon at the end of March. There's nowhere to get water from, so you're almost certain to run out at some point, given an almost overwhelming sense of solitude. But that's where the real beauty comes, because that's where the Vot really excels. And the deeper you go, the more you learn. It's almost like the perfect metaphor for life. When the road ramps up and you overcome those harder moments, the further you go, you learn more about yourself. And that's the exact reason why we love the Vot so much.